Wah, 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 wah. Hello. Hi, how we doing, guys? Hi, Erixia, how you doing? Welcome in, Hades. How are you going? Hang on, did that work? Was I away from my desk when that happened? Let me just make sure that Tits is actually working. Alright. Is it working? Yeah, it's working. It's fine. Alright, cool. Hi, Zach. How you doing? Ina? I wish I was that cute. Is it the wah? Yeah, I guess it is, huh? But yeah, welcome back to Ace Attorney, again. The Sausage of Justice, again. Wah! Yeah! Hell yeah. Hi there, Stream Old Spot. Okay, so we are currently partway through the Rite of Turnabout. And we discovered last week that we are going to get embroiled in a plot to overthrow the government. So, yippee, I guess. Nothing like a bit of insurrection. We're locating the hideout, that's right. That's right, I remember now. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm not doing too bad, I guess. Today at work was really difficult. I almost crashed out hugely because things got very, very stressful. But I've got a day to myself tomorrow. Wife's going to Manchester for a book signing. So my plan is I'm going to go to town, go to the Warhammer shop and buy some paint. Because I need to start actually painting my bloody minis. Maybe if they've got a model set I like the look of, like a Deimos Predator or something, you know, like that. Maybe like a Chaos Standard Predator. I may pick one up, see how I go. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to play Haunting Ground for a bit. If we can't win in the court of law, change the law. Oh, this sounds dangerous. YouTube, I have to stress YouTube and Twitch. This is purely connected to the stream, alright? This is connected to the game and its story. It's not connected to any real life stuff. As an American, your policy on insurrection is no comment. I mean, in the UK, we did have one for a little bit, but it was like the 1600s, and it didn't go very well for us. So we were like, oh, let's get rid of the royals, and then we got rid of the royals. So, oh my god, this is awful. Let's get the royals back, and it's like, really? Well, all right then, I suppose. You know, I suppose you can have a bit of royals as a treat, you silly little English goobers. What you like, you ruffians. Whew, finally got out of there. Mr. Wright, I'm so glad you're okay. I was so worried about you. The gunpowder treason, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. On the other hand, if there were no British elites, see the problem with British elites and British colonialism, Hades, right, is that if you had no British elites, then you wouldn't have I say Wargledorp, wart, you know. You need British elites because otherwise it's just wart. You know, you need the British ones to kind of balance that savagery out a little bit. Huh? You know, it's just sensible. Anyway, Chardot is not happy. What happened to him anyway? He came out the manhole about 5 minutes after you went in. Sorry, wasn't much help. Aw, poor Papa. Well, did you find anything of worth? Oh, I tripped and fell down there. I must have been out cold for a while. I better keep things to myself for now. I figured as much. I have to find that secret hideout Mr. Arabal was talking about. Should probably start with places that have something to do with the High Priest. Okay. Looks like we're going to investigate the High Priest immediately. I mean, I know that Maya's trying to keep it under wraps, but surely she's been accused of murder. Why does she not just channel his spirit so I can cross-interrogate him? I don't get it. Though you've got this awesome power, Maya, and you're just doing dick all with it. What you like? You pudding. Let's go to the High Priest's house first. I've already searched here, but it never hurts to take another look around. Is there anything at all? Pictures of the Queen and her husband, the Justice Minister of Kurain. Yes, my mother and my father. What do you think? Do they not possess an awe-inspiring air? Oh, terrifying is more the word I would use. Only the royal family is supposed to channel in this country. Yeah, I get that, but, like, surely if you're getting accused of murder, you can kind of stretch that rule out just a, you know, a tad smidge. I don't know, but it feels silly to me. Also, just realised I think I'm diagonal. Hold on a minute. Am I diagonal? Hold on. I think I am. Whoop. There we go. I'm no longer diagonal. Yippee! Excellent. Yeah, they're very awe-inspiring. Okay. It's that family photo they took. Mrs. In Me said it was taken the day before the rite. I don't suppose any of them could have possibly imagined what was to come. I guess not. I don't think there's anything else here. There's not anything that it's highlighting when I go around the room. Okay. Plaza? See if there's anything different. Go to the Sanctum. Yeah, I figured it's going to be at the Sanctum. I'm just checking around here first just to see if there's anything extra that I might want. So it was Mr. Arabelle who left this here. What is it, Barbed Head? You seem quite interested in that prayer flag. Oh, no, it's nothing. The less she knows, the better. Yeah, we'll go to the Sanctum. Also, do I have... Wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't mean to press that. Have we got a picture of the... Have we got the family photo? Ah! Look! The orb. The golden orb seems to be the key to the... Right, okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Sanctum. That bird looks a lot bloodier than it did before. Barbed Head, you already searched here, did you not? Oh, I just thought I'd look around again. You know, in case I missed something. I probably shouldn't tell her I'm looking for the secret rebel hideout. We have a saying back home, leave no stone unturned. Oh, yes. You cannot stump me, I know that one. Actually, I don't have a clue, it's written all over your face. Where would it go, then? I don't see anywhere that, like... This could be stupid. That orb has a mesmerizing core. I must take a closer look at it. Mr. Arabelle entrusted me with this, so maybe I shouldn't let Princess Rifa handle it. Your benevolence? Wouldn't you be too far by touching an object that's been in the hands of a lawyer? I suppose so. You do know that there are no such things as lawyer cooties, right? Pfft. Okay. That was my great plan. I was like, oh, she's going to know what to do with it. No. That's not right. Can we look at the bird closer? Let's take a closer look, shall we? Ah, we can. Can't see it from here. The statue missing an eye. I don't think I can actually, like... Oh, wait. Yeah, there. It's a statue of a bird. Guess I'll take a closer look at it. You're right, Hades. Hey, this eye is missing. What are you doing? You must not touch that for no reason. Sorry. But that shape, I wonder...
Take that!
I knew it. Well, well, well. What? She must be at a loss for words, and that doesn't happen too often. Wail, wail, wail. Uh-oh. I can feel it, Hades. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh god, it's happening again. Na 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 na. So no flying whales then. Understood. I thought that was a great reference just then. One day you guys will appreciate my genius. Not even nepping, not out of 10. Oh my... How dare. What is this place? Explain yourself at once, Barbed Head. I don't think she's ready for the full story. I don't really know much myself, but it seems to be a secret rebel hideout. If I'm shocked there's a secret door here, I imagine that goes double for Ryther. A rebel hideout in the inner sanctum? Somebody will pay for this. Well, for now, I think I'll have a look around. Wait, you mustn't enter before the police. Don't worry, I won't disturb anything. Or at least I'll try not to. Besides, with you watching over me, it should be fine, right? And, you see... Fine. Just please stop pleading your case. I can only stand so much loyally drivel. Flying whales are the absolute worst. Sometimes, yeah. Imagine, I mean, it's even worse if they're from, like, Cardiff, I guess. Like, they're Welsh flying whales. Terrible. But I will be presenting all information gleaned from your efforts here to the police. Of course. Now, shall we? I will go no further. Oh, right. You're not supposed to come in contact with the tainted Lady Kira's battles. Very good, Barbed Head. I commend you for remembering. Oh, well, thank you. Or if it's a purple guy, because, oh no, now I'm sad again because I remember what happened to Ragnan. Aww. Sad now. I may not be able to enter, but I will allow no misdeeds on your part. I'll be watching you like a warbad from the entrance here. I told you I'm not going to do anything. I better hurry before she changes her mind. Alright. In the hole. Is that a plume punisher? I believe this to be a sacred space that enshrines the source of the spring water. That makes sense. The rebels must have converted it into a secret hideout. But what about that warbad revolving door? I wonder if that too was originally intended to hide and protect this sacred space. To think those filthy rebels were scheming their schemes in this most sacred space. It is a desecration upon Koreanism itself. The defiant dragons shall pay for this. I suppose it's only natural that she'd be upset, but the investigation must go on. Flying whale. Yes, exactly, Erexia. Exactly. You understand. I think I'll start by taking a picture of the place. A question you have is how do they access this place to begin with? I think that's probably the High Priest helping them out. Because if he's a rebel, then he's probably given them secret access to the place. Good thing I brought a camera to snap some souvenir shots. Stop that. You must not take photos here without permission. Ryther's really fired up. She's sticking her head in as far as it'll go. I guess she won't be tainted as long as she doesn't touch anything. Okay. Now to search every nook and cranny. Barbed head. Just because it's hard for me to see your every move, do not use that as an excuse to touch and break things. You thought space whales were the jam, but it was in fact flying whales? Yeah, flying whales. Now I can see the whales, dun dun dun, looming out of the dark, dun dun dun, like arrows in the sky, dun dun dun. I can't believe my eyes, but it's true. Yeah. Whew. That's interesting. Hold on. Blood. Handprints. Some sort of stain. There's blood here. What's this? A blood stain? I should probably try to figure out what happened in here. Do not tamper with any evidence before the police arrive. The police? Hey, that reminds me. Emma gave me something just for times like these. I thought it might help your investigation. Here, it's all yours. I wanted to bring you a bunch of other forensic tools, but they were confiscated at the airport. Luminal testing fluid. This might actually come in handy. Cool, cool. Luminal testing fluid glows in reaction to even the tiniest traces of blood, so it can even detect areas where blood has been wiped up. Might help us figure out what happened in here. Okay, time for science to do its thing. First, let me put these red-tinted glasses and see the luminals glow. Okay. Then I just press space wherever I want to spray some of the luminol. I've got some ideas already. Areas where there was blood will react by turning blue. So there's blood here, obviously. No? There's actually... The blood stain is not blood. That's not blood. Not on the handprints. Is there some, like, I think there's some there. It's ketchup! Yeah, they spilled their, There's nothing. Very curious. Any on the... Oh! Oh, now the blood on the fucking floor goes blue. This... I sprayed the actual blood stain directly and nothing happened. Emma is best girl. I mean, that's true. No dispute from me there at all. This is a huge blood stain. Something big must have happened here. Perhaps the High Priest's blood flowed in there from under the Warbard statue. There was definitely a lot of blood here. But it's impossible to say much else at this point. I'll just take a picture for now. Oh, right. Luminal reactions don't show up in photos. I'll just have to take some notes. We should do it. I didn't notice before, but the bloodstain looks like it was smeared away in one place. Is it because the Warbard revolving door passed over it? Okay. Okay. Oh, we've got a forensic expert test achievement. Looks like an order from Dirk. What's this? Let me see that. I thought you're not supposed to touch anything in here. This is an exception. Now hand it over. Let's see here. Oh, holy mother. What? What does it say? It is an order intended for that rebel named Dats. It reads... After the rites, infiltrate the palace under the guise of returning Lady Kira's costume. And search for clues about that incident from 23 years ago. Dirk. Gals of Ace Attorney ranking stream 1. I mean, we could do that, but I kind of feel like Gumshoe and Emma are just going to be the S-tier girls from Ace Attorney. Everyone else is just going to be underneath them. Right. It's just Gumshoe and Emma at the top. They are definitely the best girls. I don't think there's any disputing that. Oh, and Brain-chan, yeah. I mean, Brain-chan's not quite as high as those two, but she's like high A tier. Definitely. And search for clues about that incident from 23 years ago. Dirk. 23 years ago? He must have been the assassination of Queen Amara. I wonder what the rebels were up to. It's intriguing and all, but it doesn't seem related to the case at hand. This will not do. I must warn my mother at once. No need to do that. This order will never be carried out. Lady Kira's costume is still here, and Abbot Inmi is no longer able to aid the rebels. I knew that. What about Goddo? Goddo's an ass. I didn't like Goddo very much. Like, I thought his story arc was decent, but, like, I didn't much care for the game he was in. Don't we get an achievement if we inspect the orders twice? Is there anything else you would like me to read, Barbed Head? Oh, let's see. How about this note? Let me see that. Kunaro, Zabas, Baba, Yak, and Ru. Wait, this looks familiar. What is it? Some kind of Koreanese spell? No, it's a recipe for Koreanese curry. I guess the rebels enjoy a home-cooked meal just like everyone else. How old is Kay? So she's 17 at the point of Investigations and Investigations 2, because they take place within, like, the same month. And that takes place, I think, 8 years before Apollo Justice. And this is 2 years after Apollo Justice. So she's going to be roughly the same age as Emma, I think. Emma, I think, is 28 at this point. 27. Yeah, so in that case, I think that Kay is 26. Yeah, I think Kay's going to be 26, because Emma was always, like, 1 year older than Kay, as my understanding goes, anyway. Okay, what's this? So, this is the water source that supplies the inner sanctum spring. It flows through the channel built into the floor before heading outside. Lady Kira uses the sacred water to wash the taint of battle from her body. It's also not red like the water in the spring. A large stone slab. It's shaped like a magatama. It looks rather unstable. I bet it'd tip over in an earthquake. What's that earthy grass-like smell? It is the smell of the moss that covers the stone. Oh, so the shaggy green stuff is moss. Looks like some of the moss about halfway up has been disturbed. I wonder why that is. One quick touch can't hurt, right? Whoa! The slab's starting to wobble. What is happening? What have you done to the sacred space? Defiled it. All I did was nudge it a little. I knew it looked unstable. Probably best not to touch it again. Weapons, and lots of them too. We are lucky we found them before they could be used. Excellent work, Barbed Head. Oh, thanks, I guess. If the rebellion ever happens, I hope it's bloodless. The Plume Punisher. Look! What is it, Barbed Head? It's a Plume Punisher clock. Why, I believe it's... It is a limited edition promotional item given to 50 lucky viewers. The revolution will not be televised. Well, I don't know, we might televise it. We need the content, right? We need content and clickbait. This rare item plays the Plume Punisher theme song every hour. Hand it over now, Barbed Head. Ah! She snatched it away from me. No matter what she says, Rifer is definitely a huge fan. What a fine item. And this switch, if I'm right... Yeah, Revolution will not be televised, I think. I recognise the reference, but I can't say the band name off the top of my head. It's the Plume Punisher theme song. Yes, now I see. The insurgents who use this room must be Plume Punisher fans. That may be so, but I don't see how it's relevant to this case. There's a Plume Punisher calendar here. Ah, now I understand. The villains in the Plume Punisher are based on the insurgents. Gil Scott Heron? Ah, got you. You like Kay in part because you liked Investigations, more of a Big Brother feeling. She's very daughter-coded. Like, Kay is very much like, you adopt. You adopt and then you pat. You know? Watching the show must have roused their ire against Lady Kira. I doubt that's it. Anything else? How dare those filthy insurgents raise their banner amid such a sacred space? Barbedhead, you must burn it at once. Didn't you tell me not to touch or damage anything? This is an exception. Very well, if you will not do it, then I will. But your benevolence, I thought you're not supposed to come in here. Urgh. For once, the strange customs of this kingdom are working in my favour. Hey, Ara, welcome in. You're late. Hi, late. I'm Shinsu. Ow. Probably deserved that. There's something under the banner. A microphone? What's this doing here? Was someone trying to record something with it? Well, I think that covers about everything here. You've been watching someone play a game called Crosscode. Crosscode? Chibi. I've heard of that. Crosscode. Why does that sound familiar? Hold on. Oh, yeah, I've seen about that. Yeah. Well, that was kind of neat. It's here that we need to examine the orders twice. Have I already done that? I think I did. Let me just double check the achievements page. Hold on. Yes, I got the curry achievement. Yeah. Mr. Wright, you shouldn't have come in here before the police. Sorry, but I was in a hurry. I didn't do anything I wasn't supposed to. Her benevolence can attest to that. It is your fault for being so slow. I expect the police to work faster and more efficiently. Sorry. Well, Barbedhead, have you not already seen enough? Yeah, I guess it's about time I got back to the temple and go over everything I've learned. Yeah, we're going to go back to Temple. Yeah, Temple. Okay. Welcome back, Mr. Wright. How'd it go? Unfortunately, I didn't find anything conclusive. No way. I do not understand, Barbedhead. What don't you understand? Why you did not commit any misdeeds during your investigation? After all, lawyers ply their trade primarily through illicit means and methods. What? Who told you that? My mother. Are you saying she was wrong? No, that cannot be. You must have committed some sort of misdeed right under my nose. If that was so, she wasted a whole day following me around. What is it? Prosecutor Sadmadi has need of me. What's going on? I must go perform a divination seance for Pure Zealot. It is our custom for the prosecution to review its contents before a trial begins. I see. Great, interpretive dance, here we go. The third time will be the charm. My insights will finally bring you to your knees tomorrow. All she knows of lawyers is Von Karma. So here's my theory. I think Manfred Von Karma is her actual biological father. And that's why she has a massive hatred of lawyers. Because, like, a lawyer was just like, hey, little princess, I shagged your mother. And, yes, I did it again. Yeah, that's what Manfred did. He did her mum twice. And she's not very happy about that. No. And I will teach that neophyte practitioner a lesson. Looks like the Royal Priestess is back with a vengeance. She's made a full recovery from when we started the investigation earlier today. I look forward to seeing you in court, your benevolence. Your overconfidence will be your downfall. You will not look so confident when I'm finished with you tomorrow. When's this brat going to become, like, a victim in one of the cases? Actually, I'm not really looking forward to seeing her tomorrow. Or what about, actually, what would be a really fun plot twist is if she went absolutely psycho and, like, did her dad in, and, you know, he's a victim in one of the cases or something. That would be hilarious. Like, she just, like, goes completely mind break and whips out the Warbard chainsaw, and she just goes to town. Never a victim, but a redemption arc arrives late. Oh. At least she has one that's kind of good. Well, I suppose so. I mean, yeah, I can deal with that, I guess. Why don't we go over everything you know so far? Alright. Let's see here. Acolyte Zealot was killed during the rite with Lady Kira's dagger. And Maya's fingerprints were found on it. That doesn't sound very good. No. It's the very definition of being up a creek without a paddle. The day before his murder, Zealot enjoyed a meal with the High Priest, his wife, and Maya. I also learned about spirit channeling here in Kurain. Well, that sounds very helpful. Oh, but I did hear something interesting. That the rebel-hunting Lady Kira might be working for the Justice Minister. What? Really? Our kingdom's supposed to be ruled through faith and laws. We can't allow the people to be controlled by fear and violence. That sounds like something a rebel might say. It does? But if that Lady Kira really is one of Minister Inga's subordinates, that would exonerate Miss Maya. Unfortunately, I have no way of proving it in court. Oh, that's too bad. I almost forgot about the secret rebel hideout we found at the Inner Sanctum. There was a bloodstain inside. But I don't know if or how it's connected to this case, though. Hold on. Wait. Hang on. Hang on. Hold on. Where's that picture? I've just noticed something. So the bloodstain's here. Now, I was looking at that and thinking, oh, this is wobbly. And I thought there's like a smudge there. So I'm like, has someone pushed this into someone? But then I've just kind of realised, what if... Hear me out on this. This is wild. This is a wild theory. And I don't know if I'm cooking. I don't think I'm cooking, right? I don't think I'm cooking with this. But if I am, then it's going to be an absolute chef kiss 10 out of 10. So, this turns around, right? And you see there's these spikes on it. It's covered in blood. This swings around, okay? Whoever is in here someone's been stood here, pushed this, and they've been pushed onto the statue, and that's what's killed them. So if that's the case, if your hands are facing forward, logically your back would go into it. So I don't think he's been killed by this knife. I think he's been killed by the statue. Someone's trying to set us up. Some absolute motherfucker is trying to set us up right now. Oh, okay. If I've cooked on this, then I will laugh. Okay. That'd be a huge hit with tourists. This kid really is an entrepreneur at heart. What I mean is that hideout could be important to your case. Maybe, but it's still too early to tell. Looks like I'm heading into court without any useful evidence. We'll just have to pray something appears during tomorrow's trial. Princess Rifa's divination sentence might be my only hope. There could be some new information in it that might help. The divination seance? But I thought it always works against the accused. Not always. Right, it's like Dirk used to say. The royal priestess's insights are just another piece of evidence. Really? I never heard anyone say that before. It's hard to figure out sometimes, sir. Divination seances work both ways for the Defense Culpability Act. It's only now that the people of Kurain find it strange. Mr. Wright, I just wanted to say, good luck tomorrow. Thanks. I can't afford to lose this next one. No, you literally can't, because you'll die if you do. I've collected all sorts of information, but I haven't even started connecting the dots. If I could do that, I might have a shot of pulling off a win. Rifa's insults will be the deciding factor. You like how the game has text encoded in UTF-8 just because Seance has an accent? Yeah. It's a huge gamble. It's all I've got. To be continued? Yeah. Okay. Into the courtroom then. So, there's two things I'm thinking, right? And one of them doesn't make much sense. How do we get a reprieve? Because they found another body. There's now 2 dead bodies, and we've only been found guilty for one of them. So we're trying to use the second one to prove that we're actually innocent of the first one as well. So here's my working theory, guys, right? I think that Zealot has been pushed onto the statue. Now, why is he in the rebel hideout? There's 2 parts to this trial. Should be fine. We'll see how we go with it. Why is he in the rebel hideout in the first place? Secondly, where the wound is on the priest does not suggest that he was killed in a similar way, right? So, I get the feeling that Zealot died first, his body has been moved, and then potentially, I guess, the Lady Kira has clocked onto this and swooped down and like done the priest in as part of the ritual. It's the best theory I've got for the moment. We'll see what happens, I suppose, huh? I'm not confident I'm there. I feel like I'm cooking something, but I don't know if I'm going to burn the stew just yet. Wait, what? What? Hold on. What happened? Did I accidentally press the wrong button? I thought I pressed continue. God damn it. Oh, did I press X instead of Z? Oops. Hold on. Let me pull up the options menu a moment. I just want to see what button did I press by mistake then? Don't know. Weird. Maya looks exhausted, but I can't blame her. Nick, I was thinking about it all day yesterday. I never properly asked you to defend me, did I? It doesn't matter. I'm on this case till the bitter end. I know. That's why I wanted to officially ask for your help. You got it, Maya. Let's do this. We gotta wrap this up and get back home so you can make up your dream show. Oh, sorry, you can make your dream show come true. The Steel Samurai versus the Plume Punisher, right? You bet. You look as if you did not sleep last night, Barbed Head. It is written all over your face. How can you expect to put up a respectable defense like that? I'm all fired up and raring to go. I guess Maya's not the only one looking exhausted. Ryfa doesn't seem in the best spirits herself. Go ahead, feign confidence now while you are still able. For I will see to it that your last rites are read to you this day. How nicely will she ask us? How nicely will she thank us if we win? If we win, she will thank us by draining our wallet so that she can fuel ramen. And it'll be a salty broth ramen. You know, the saltiest of Eldo's noodles. Huh, guess it wasn't just my imagination. Ready, Nick? Alright, Maya, let's head on in. Alright, chubs, let's do this. Lawyer Roy. Rankins. She'll shove ramen and burgers down her throat. Yeah, she will literally unhinge her jaw like a snake and just swallow those things whole. Her hunger is boundless. Well, here we go again. Now then, if everyone is ready. The defense is ready, Your Majesty. The prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay. Carl? Nanda. My wife's been watching The Walking Dead and all I can think about is Carl. How's it going, Carl? I never watched Llamas with Hats? No. Afraid not. I've seen pictures of it, but it looked weird, so I never watched it. Oh, no prayers this time, Prosecutor Sadbody. I already offered my prayers to the latest victim during my visit to the crime scene. Being that the accused has already been found guilty of the first murder, let us hasten this trial so we may put this dead lawyer walking out of his misery. I could not agree more. In yesterday's trial, the accused was already found guilty of murdering the High Priest. Maybe I should do a reaction stream? Oh, reaction content. Stinky. Stinky. No, I don't like reaction content. I find it very lazy. Like, you know, watching people react to things, I don't get the appeal, if I'm honest. I don't really get the appeal. Yeah. And today she will be tried for the murder of his disciple, Praise a Lot. He prays a lot, don't you know? Now then, Prosecutor Sadbody, your opening statement if you would. Certainly. The accused has now slain two of the most devout clergymen in Koreanism. Even the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling, would not be punishment enough. Then what terrible fate awaits her? Balgil Pokon Hell, a realm of eternal agony. Balgil Pokon. Balgil Pokon. What? There she will suffer the endless punishment of Jagar by the Galoon of Pulmoten. Furthermore, Enough! My blood runs cold at the mere thought that such a terrible place exists. Is that a pun? I'll be honest, I was thinking ball gags. I thought they were going to put Myra in a ball gag. I was like, that doesn't sound so bad. That doesn't sound quite so terrible now, does it? I was going to ask for a translation, but on second thought, ignorance is bliss. Now then, please continue. Manage the part about the terrible hell awaiting the accused. Hell is being condemned to walk the earth for all eternity, so you're going to haunt him if he sends you to hell? I think hell would actually be... hell would be the entire world becomes France. Ooh. Scared myself there, chat. As you wish. The victim of this heinous crime was the high priest's disciple, Perez Alot. Ah! No! Ugh. What is the pain of being sentenced to death compared to being sentenced to live? What is the pain of being sentenced to live versus the pain of being French? You can karma train me all you want, Ara. Imagine now if the entire Earth becomes the UK again. I imagine that every single day. It gets me rock hard, rock solid. Or worse, the US. No. We don't want the world controlled by a country that can't spell things properly. It has to be done by tea-drinking bastards. Yeah. That assumes death is the cessation of existence. I mean, you don't walk away from dismemberment, right? He had been training under the high priest while living at the priest's home. I had met him a number of times. He seemed like an earnest young man. How tragic that he met such a terrible end. The murder occurred at the Plaza of Devotion during the purification rite. It was a bold crime carried out while the plaza was full of the faithful deep in prayer. Was it now? You prefer Diabolists? Diabolists. Lausat Flamma? Cultus Obscurum? Amplexus Fatum? The warbard dagger was found impaled in the victim's upper back. The stabbing caused a spinal cord injury that killed him instantly. Dies instantly. Ah, the warbard dagger. Lady Kira's weapon of choice. We have already established that the accused prince were on the weapon. He died of cringe. Yeah. Incredibly damning evidence in itself. No, I didn't do it. Objection. Hold your tongue. Now, being that the accused Maya Fey is a serial killer, the prosecution believes that the death penalty is the only possible sentence. Would the defense care to respond? The accused is innocent. Nothing can convince me otherwise. After all, the crime scene was packed with worshippers. How could my client possibly have committed this murder without a single witness? Yeah. I think it would be... Would it be a spree killer, not serial? The accused's fingerprints on the murder weapon alone is enough to render a verdict. I mean, to be fair, this game also thinks that someone who is under 18 can legally sign a binding contract, so... New anime, help, I've been isekai'd to post-Napoleon France and everyone is singing with British accents about how poor they are. Yeah, the title of the first episode is going to be called The Kind of Sad. A serial killer because she kills wheat after it's turned into burgers. Chicken burger. As such, I see no need to debate this any further. But... well, once Her Benevolence conducts her seance, it will be clear for all to see. Your Majesty, might I have a word? There is something the matter, Prosecutor Sadbody. It is about the divination seance. Your Benevolence. Stop right there, Prosecutor Sadbody. As you wish. Forgive me for overstepping my bounds. Oh, excuse me. Help, I've been reincarnated in post-Napoleon France. I've been sent to the front in a weird battle somewhere in Belgium. Water something. Water everywhere. Excuse me. Hang on. I think I need to recalibrate my camera. It's messing up a bit. Hold on. Give me a second, chat. There. Yeah, that's a lot more responsive. Good, good, good. Someone's been playing Hoenn games. Oh my god, there really is water everywhere in those. What was all that about? Barbed Head, have you made peace with your fate? For this time, the divination sense will bring you to your knees. I'm ready, and I accept your challenge. The only problem is I have no weapons at my disposal. Our only hope now is what we can glean from the seance vision and Rifer's insights. Very well. The divination seance, if you please, Your Benevolence. Yes, let us begin. The eternal rivalry between France and the UK? Will we ever get tired of jokes on both sides? Never. In the simplest terms, never.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Okay. Yeah, the justice system based on interpretive... Can we skip through this? Oh, we can. Sweet. Excellent. We can skip through the interpretive dance bullshit. Good. Good. As long as the jokes are made with respect or agreement on both sides. Shut up, Frenchie. How dare you? I should time you out for that. I'm joking, I'm joking. Or am I? You'll never know. Wait, that didn't work. I don't... Ah! Ow! Ugh. I don't get it. Why wasn't there anything to see? Your Benevolence? What in the world? Ugh. I was unable to evoke any sort of response. I called out the spirit's name many times, but to no avail. Just as I thought. Wait, what does he know that we don't? I had sought to confirm the contents of today's divination seance. After all, it is customary for the prosecutor to verify it beforehand. Come to think of it. Plenty of jokes about UK and US or Europe and the US. Yeah. See, I mean, I don't know how much of what we say about the US is jokes because, you know, the whole sort of, like, shooting revolvers at the sky, that's a thing, you know. Like, driving around in pickup trucks shooting guns at the sky. How much more American can you get? All the while, you've got, like, Bon Jovi playing out the stereo. Or, do you guys listen to Bon Jovi? I don't fucking know. Anyway, moving on. I must go perform a divination seance for Pere Zealot. It is our custom for the prosecution to review its contents before a trial begins. And that is why I sought to stop Her Benevolence from performing it here. Your neighbours do that on July the 4th and New Year's, but with pistols. Scary. Eating a burger at the same time, carrying a flag, and being flown over by a bald eagle? No, not being flown over by a bald eagle. They're receiving fellatio from a bald eagle. It's called a beak job. It's very painful, as I understand it, but it's also very American. Halfway there. Ow. However, she insisted that it be done. She wished to try one more time here in the Hall of Justice. It would appear her benevolence is tied from her manifold duties. I am not anything of the sort. The victim spirit will not answer my call, but I know not why. It is my sacred duty to convey the truth through the divination seance. What are we to do without a divination seance? I suppose I shall have to deliver the last rites without them. The prosecution has already taken that into account when preparing for today. I am fully capable of proving the accused's guilt with or without a divination seance. Is the victim not actually dead? No, he's very dead. Like, we've confirmed that he is dead. Like, we have an autopsy report and everything. You shouldn't talk to people who are driving, they might come out and shoot you. Wait, what? We need the name and face of the victim. It would just get updated. You never fail to impress, Prosecutor Sadmadi. Ah! This is bad. The divination seance was my one and only hope. Your Majesty, her benevolence said she isn't tired. So shouldn't we try to find out why the divination seance failed? How curious, Mr. Wright. Why have you suddenly taken such a keen interest in this seance? Yes, explain yourself. The divination seance is just shedding light on an accused's crimes. It is the Holy Mother's hammer of wrath that is ever poised to pound you into your grave. You should fear it, not plead for it. I believe in my client. Plus, yesterday, somebody told me something that changed my mind. The divination seance was once thought of as just another piece of evidence. If we were to correctly interpret the visions through careful analysis, then they would lead us to the truth behind what really happened. And the truth will show that my client, Maya Fey, is innocent. Life note. Yeah, we wrote his name into the Book of Life. The truth is, you don't have anything else to fall back on her, Nick. Maya, please. You're not helping. How dare you? The voice of Imitama is to be feared, not utilised by vile lawyers such as you. Seances exact a heavy toll upon the royal priestess. It would be best not to burden her any further. Or does the defence feel that it can pose no counter-arguments without the seance? No, of course not. You saw right through me. I'll have to find a way to make the divination seance happen or we're toast. Well, since the divination seance is not possible at this time, I see no other choice. Let us proceed with the trial without the seance as Prosecutor Sadmadi suggested. Thank you, Your Majesty. Why, you. I will not forget this barbed head. This will not be the last you see of me. Okay. Now then, I will proceed by providing an outline of the case at hand. Very well. If the lead detective will please come to the stand, we may begin. Okay. Yay, it's Emma! Sorry, Mr. Wright. Detective Sky, I understand how you would wish to save the accused in the defence. They are your friends, after all. But you must let them go and move on. But there is only one way to save them now, by giving their souls the chance to burn away the taint of their sins in the infernal flames. Oh, I can't do this. Ah, no eating in the Sacred Hall of Justice. Miss Sky. Yeah? Don't worry about me and Nick. You just do your job. Hooray, burning souls. Yippee! Let you go through the window and move on. Oh, dear. Yeah, we'll let you go through the slight gap on the battlement of the tower and move on. But that's what he gets for saying, "Let me into your womb." God, that was I've been replaying Haunting Ground again recently. I'm up to probably about like a third of the way through Daniela's bit, and I've got the Ricardo stuff to come up, but I'm very much looking forward to that quote. Just, it's so creepy and so memorable. Oh, man. When you need to leave a tall building inside the window or the stairs, sometimes I take the lift. You'll let me go through the tight gap between a pressurized chamber and the outside and move on? Yippee! Total body deconstruction. Just giblets everywhere. I mean, there wasn't even giblets. The guy got fucking vaporized, didn't he? He literally just got, like, completely disintegrated. Right. Thanks, Miss Faye. How very brave for a criminal with a tainted soul. Very well, Detective Sky. Please proceed. Okay, I can do this. Let me start with an overview of this case. Man, I gotta say, like, we got just a little glimpse of those 3/4 length trousers. Chef kiss, 10 out of 10. Bit of calf going on. Love to see it. The latest victim was Perez Alot. He had been training under the High Priest and living in his house for the past 2 years. The High Priest's widow, Believe in Me, has identified the victim's body. He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection to the High Priest. Okay. In the case you were referencing, there were remains, but for the Titans, there wasn't. Yeah. For that whole thing, like, there was nothing. The guy got fucking vaporized. I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. Would the defense care to respond? Have Emma press me? I promise you I'm sane and hinged. Don't spot any inconsistency in the testimony so far. No, I don't have any evidence in my arsenal. What am I gonna... Ah! No! No! Ow! I think I'm concussed. Okay. What is it, Maya? I was just wondering about how much the police actually looked into Acolyte Zealot. Because it just might prove to be the key as to why the divination seance failed. What are you getting at? Well, it's just a hunch. Wait a second. During my investigation, Rifa told me about how the divination seance works. If I could figure out why it failed, maybe she could try it again. Okay. Time to press for some more information. Okay. Alright. Was he, though? You sure? What kind of person was Acolyte Zealot? According to the neighbours and others who knew him, he was a deeply devout youth. I, too, have heard his name mentioned as one who was a fervent practitioner. I suppose you might say he was the High Priest's star disciple. Furthermore... Okay, not useful. Okay. So much brain damage this stream? Yeah. No. It's I mean, you're right. This is how I got my brain damage in the first place. You know, big stick, 1,000 optional karma tree. You know, what's the difference? They weigh the same. They weigh the same amount at the end of the day. They hit me with the same level of force. 2 years. You sure about that? We took statements from his neighbours and his fellow monks. Let's not talk about impact it brings the gacha fanatics. Yeah, that's true. I've never actually played Genshin, you know. I know that it's got some very peak character designs. Like, Ganyu is absolute peak anime character design. Blue hair, horns, cake. You love to see it. They all corroborate our initial findings. What about you, Maya? Well, when I first came here, I saw Zealot praying under the High Priest's instruction. I see. So the results of the police investigation seem to check out. The gacha fanatics, I hope I have a big stick to fight them off. I will just sing Uma Pure Legend at them. And then they'll dance with me. You know, it'll be like me saying Bar Weep, Grana Weep, Ninny Bong. It's universal greeting. Hold it! Was Mrs. Imby's positive ID the only way you verified the identity of the victim? Huh? Well, no. We also checked the ID card he carried and the data in his family registry. But what? His personal information didn't match any of the public records we cross-referenced. Maybe that's why the divination seance failed. I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Wright. Here's what I'm thinking. Pray Zealot is a fake name? Hold on. Hang on. What if there's more than one rebel hunter? What if Zealot is a rebel hunter and he's gone in and he's found, oh shit, there's like rebel shit going on in here. He's been killed for it. And then whoever the Lady Kira is has enacted gross revenge for, you know, the fact their comrade in arms is dead. The victim decided to hide his identity for some reason. In other words, he was using a fake name. The royal priestess uses deceased face and true name to summon their spirit. Why, yes, that is indeed true. If he was using a forged ID and there is no mention of him in our public records, Pray Zealot is in fact simply Dragoon. Yeah. And that's why the priest was killed. For vengeance. StarCraft jokes. Then he was likely an illegal immigrant. They are not uncommon here in Kurain. An illegal immigrant. Come to think of it, Rifer mentioned something about immigrants yesterday. But if that's the case, we have no way of knowing who he really is. We'll have to proceed without holding a divination seance this time. It's taken a lot of pepper to bring these memes down. Yeah. Yeah. Don't you just want to give an Ultralisk a cuddle? They're cute, aren't they? I had always thought that Acolyte Zealot was Kurainese. Oh, how the High Priest must be lamenting his disciples' deception in the Twilight Realm. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think? Should we add this to the testimony? Yes. This is an important fact. Please add it to the testimony. It would seem to be a fact most inconvenient for the defense. But if you insist, Detective Sky, please add what you just said to your testimony. Yes, Your Majesty. Okay. He was an illegal immigrant, so we don't know his real name. What, do we have anything... I don't know if we've got anything else just yet. Let's save here. Press the last statement. Yeah, I agree. Hold it. The tattoo on his neck means that he's a priest. Apparently. I think it means that he likes cake. Maya, isn't that Lady Kira who's been going around capturing rebels? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but... Objection. That verdict was already handed down in the previous trial. It is no longer a point of dispute, and I will not allow you to make it so. But... no ifs, ands, most of all, no buts. The accused was posing as Lady Kira, and she killed Acolyte Zealot because she mistakenly believed him to be a rebel. That's not true. I'm sorry. The verdict has already been read in that case. I have to assume that it's fact now. Now what do we do? No buts? I know. No twerking. Now I know why the divination seance failed, but... nothing's really changed. Yeah, which means we're in a big trouble. If he really was an illegal immigrant, it's going to be real hard to find out his real name. I guess our only choice is to give up on the whole divination seance thing. If only there was some way to find out the victim's real name. Hold it! Isn't there some way to track down his real name? No, not if he was an illegal immigrant. Have you actually confirmed that he was in Kurain illegally? Well, we don't have any conclusive evidence. But there's also no evidence of him being a citizen of Kurain either. Oh boy. Now what do we do? Wait. This boy is definitely secret police. And do you know how I know? Do you know how I know, right? I know because of Will Smith. Hear me out, right? Hear me out. What happens when you become a man in black? All trace of you is wiped off of the public record and your fingerprints are burned away, right? Literally every single bit of evidence about you is erased from record. So what if this guy is a secret policeman and he's deep undercover and that's when he's found out the priest is up to dodgy shit? What then? What if there's a clue in the evidence he gathered? That's probably our only hope at this point. If he really was an illegal immigrant, our proverbial goose is probably cooked. Don't cook the goose! The goose is my Oshi! Oh god. You just read the solution? Oh boy. Okay. You forgot something. Uh-oh. Technically, we're presented in a coma in order to give us a way to come back to a normal life. Uh-oh. Can we look at the photo? Are we talking about the photo of his corpse? We got the tattoo. Right, we got the tattoo. Then we got this. Try presenting the tattoo. Suppose we could try. I don't think we've really got very much else. Let's save before we try it.
Objection!
Ah. Sorry, Detective Sky. But the police missed something important in their investigation. Huh? What are you talking about? The victim was undeniably a Koreanese native. And this crime scene photo proves it. It does? It's a little hard to see, but look closely. I'm gonna love his real name. Is his real name something like let me try and type this out in chat. Hang on. I'm typing out some ideas in chat. It's gonna be something stupid like that, isn't it? You'll see clear proof that the victim was Koreanese. Where? I don't see anything that would prove that. This proves the victim was Koreanese. It's the tattoo. I think you're right, Hades.
Take that!
Look at this tattoo right here. Why, that's a tattoo of a peach. I would like you all to think about the meaning of this tattoo. Oh, the victim really liked peaches. Well, peaches are a favoured delicacy here in Korea. They happen to be a personal favourite of mine. Kiss me ass. That's a very British name. The sweetness of their abundant nectars and the softness of their perfectly ripe flesh. Damn, bro likes ass. They are a blessing from the Holy Mother herself. Nick, I've suddenly got a craving for peaches. After the trial, Maya. Right now we have bigger fish to fry. Oh, can I have some fried fish too, Nick? Unfortunately, that is not a tattoo of a peach. It is not a peach, you say? Then what is it? Take a closer look. Haven't you seen something like that before? Namely, the tattoo on the High Priest's brow. Oh my! What? This mark is only borne by members of the Koreanist clergy.
Objection!
So that is what you believe it to be. But are they not utterly different shapes? Sure, they're shaped differently, but there's a reason for that. The victim had the peach-shaped tattoo inked over an existing tattoo for some reason. However, the dark red portion is exactly the same as the mark all Koreanist clergy bear. Hey, you're right. Until about 20-some odd years ago, everyone did get one, didn't they? I myself bear one on my right buttock. What? That's wild! The fucking... The fucking judge has a tattoo on his ass. Wow. Alright, I didn't expect that. Excuse me. Ugh. Information on everyone who enters the clergy is maintained at the temple. All we have to do is look up a monk with the mark in the same spot. I'm on it. I'll let you know if I get any hits. That will not be necessary. If you seek information on the clergy... I have it all right here. Oh my, you never cease to amaze. So, tell us, is there anyone who fits the bill? None. There is just one, and his name is Real Nemu. I was so close! I was so close to that! Oh, for fuck's sake. I was so close! God damn it, I need to go abuse Ara. Give me a second. Hang on, give me a second, give me a second, give me a second. Damn it! I was so near! Okay. He became a monk 20 years ago. Yeah, that's it, Emma. Show me them cars, baby. I mean, hi. Then that must be the victim's real name. But why would he have tried to cover up his tattoo with another one? Yeah, there must have been some reason. Nick, that's not important right now. The important thing is we know his real name. Hold on a minute. Huh? He became a monk 20 years ago. He became a monk when he was 1 year old. What the fuck, man? That's mental. You're right. Your Majesty, now that we know the victim's real name, the divination sense might finally work. There's more to it than that. Yeah, I think you're right. A lawyer who willingly seeks a seance. This is entirely unprecedented. He's a Jedi? Maybe. Huh. You are but digging your own grave, Defense. We won't know that until we try. Sure, it's risky, but it's our only hope. Very well. Let the divination seance be held once more. Why would a lawyer work so hard to see the divination seance be held once more? You are a fool, Barbed Head, and your foolishness shall yield no gratitude from me. For with the truth revealed by my insights, I shall gladly seek your demise. Bring it on, Princess. Because I will correctly interpret each and every one of your insights. You will regret ever thinking you could use my sacred insights as evidence. Oh, she's gonna do this shit again.
Oh, holy, let the eyes of
We can
oak
skip it!
dance so that
Yippee!
every...
We can skip it! Goodbye. There we go. We can skip all of that prancy bullshit. Fantastic. Ah, there we go. Ginghil? Plume Punisher theme? Heavy? Yeah, I was right. He's been pain. He's been pushed onto the Spike of the Warbad statue in the hideout. Oh my. It is just as Mr. Wright surmised. Parade Zealot wasn't the victim's true name. And now at last we have seen the victim's final moments. But all we could see was the ground. You seem terribly disappointed. I take it you did not find any fodder for one of your infamous turnabouts. Oh, I did. I absolutely fucking did. Ugh. I, on the other hand, have discovered something. Conclusive evidence that establishes the accused's guilt. You did? A most surprising surprise attack. So, tell us, Prosecutor Sadnadi, what is this conclusive evidence you have found? The Plume Punisher theme song that the deceased heard. Please consider this item here. It was confiscated from the accused during her interrogation. Hey, that's my Plume Punisher strap. When you press the Magatama on the Plume Punisher's belt... The clock is our counter-argument. Ah! It seems the accused inadvertently pressed the button in the midst of her crime. This strap is an extremely rare item, is it not, Miss Faye? You better not break it. There's only one of those in the whole wide world. Maya, no! Ha! It is just as I said. Your flights of fancy have come crashing down on you. She sure seems to be enjoying this. Yeah, I've never seen her look so thrilled before either. It is time to accept the fact that the divination sense is far more than mere evidence. It is the very truth that brings the hammer of justice down upon the accused. That is as conclusive as evidence can get. Now then, if there are no further objections... Objection! You gotta go, Hades. No worries. Hopefully we will catch you in a bit. Slow down there, your magistrate. At least let me make a counter-argument. What's this? Do you take issue with the divination seance? I have issues with it. I just don't know what they are yet. But that's never stopped me before. The divination sense is not the absolute truth. It only becomes the truth after it's been interpreted correctly. You do not know when you are beaten, do you, you foolish lawyer? I am the only one who speaks for the Mitama of the deceased. If you believe there to be errors in my insights, then let us see you prove it. Okay, I think I can do that. Okay. The victim was offering up his prayers. It was the night of the rite. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. Then, someone was there, and the themes of the Plume Punisher filled the air. The accused held the defenseless victim down and plunged their knife into his neck. The blade struck true, and in that instant he departed from this world. Okay. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. Her benevolence's insights have painted a detailed picture, both vivid and true. And I didn't notice any holes there. As they stand now, those insights are really stacked against us. And I'll just have to go over each and every one of the deceased sensations very carefully. Okay. So let's pause for a second. So he can smell Gingil. He can hear the Plume Punisher theme. Heavy. Now, heavy. If he's praying on the ground, why does it feel heavy? That's the question, ain't it? Why does it feel heavy? Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. I think heavy is the sensation. Let's have a quick look at the court record. Do we have any pictures of the... Yeah, so the pattern matches. I'm going to try this one.
Objection!
Somehow, it's not that. Isn't this statement inconsistent with the vision? Yes, it is, but apparently it's wrong. Which is... so it's the classic Ace Attorney issue of, hey, you need to present exactly the right thing for what we're trying to say. So, though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground is visible. But why is that heavy? Like, Maya's not heavy. She's not, you know... That doesn't make sense. Okay, was there any Gingil? Because Gingil is eaten. We know that Gingil is eaten before prayers, right? Hold on. The family photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings. when it's customary to partake in dishes made with gingil. These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite and must be finished by 3 PM the same day. So maybe it's this one then. I think it might be this one.
Objection!
Nope, it's not that one either. Okay. Isn't this statement inconsistent with the vision? Again, yes. It's inconsistent with the evidence we've got, but apparently that's wrong. Okay. This is the time when Ara and Hades not being about is very inconvenient for me. Let's have a look at what we've got then in the court record. So it's not the gingil. It's not the fact that this stone slab, which has obviously killed him, is heavy. So, it's the victim is offering his prayers. The night of the rite. I mean, maybe it's this one with the gingil, because it's the night, because the gingil has to be finished 3 PM. I'm going to try this one.
Objection!
I was on the right track then. I was on the right track. It just took a few things to find the statement the game wanted me pressing on. Was it really the night of the rite? Heavy has never killed anyone, just like Majima. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. What do you mean? It could not be otherwise. The accused slew Acolyte Zelos after killing the High Priest during the purification rites. The only problem is the deceased spirit does not corroborate that. What's this? Take a good look at what the victim smelled. Do you see how it says gingil? Acolyte Zelos shouldn't have smelled any gingil on the night of the rite. What do you mean? Let me back up my statement with some evidence for you. This should explain how the victim couldn't have smelled gingil on the night of the rite. This is where we need her statement. Must be finished by 3 PM the same day. These dishes are only prepared during the feast.
Take that!
The High Priest's wife, Believe in Me, told me about the Feast of Blessings. The feast includes a number of gingil-based dishes, and they're only supposed to be served at a certain time the day before the rite. Why, I believe you're right. I'd completely forgotten about that. During the feast, the unique smell of gingil pervades the entire kingdom. The fact that the victim smelled it means he was murdered between noon and 3 PM the day before the purification rite. I am not so easily fooled. Did that autopsy report not make it clear? The estimated time of death was during the rite. Ah, right. I taught her about that yesterday. Forgive me, Your Benevolence, but the estimated time of death is just that, an estimate. Depending on the circumstances, it's possible for it to change. What's this? Like, if a body was kept cold, the slowed rate of decay makes the death seem more recent. Why, I believe I have heard something of the sort before. If it is as Mr. Wright claims, the estimated time of death in the autopsy report will have to be revised. Dun 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 dun. Updated autopsy report. Updated autopsy report. Barbed head, you blinded me with science. That's what science does. Sorry. Wait, what am I apologising for? No matter. The murder may have occurred in the afternoon hours the day before the rite. Nevertheless, the murder weapon with the accused prints on it is incontrovertible evidence. I will now amend my insight to account for this new truth. Okay. It was the afternoon of the day before the rite. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. Okay. The time of death has been corrected, leaving my insight infallible. Oh, it's very fallible. Nick! A change in the time of death is bound to cause some sort of an inconsistency. If I had something that showed what it was like on that day, it could really help. Okay. So. Pause. The victim was offering up his prayers. It's the afternoon on the day before the rite. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. I think I see what the problem is. What's the weather report? Is it here? The thick white ice that froze the ground from the inner sanctum to the Plaza of Devotion until yesterday has melted. So there should be thick white ice on the ground. There should be ice on the ground. Where's the ice? Where's the ice, guys? I think it's sight we want to do this. So the afternoon of the day before the rite, though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible because it should be covered in thick white ice.
Objection!
The change in the date and time of the crime has caused a new inconsistency to surface. What's this? You are making that irritating face again. Cease that at once. Sorry, but this is the face I was born with. Now, let's focus on what's important. What the victim saw in his final moments. Do you have bats in the belfry, Barbed Head? There is nothing to see. The ground at the plaza was all that entered the victim's eyes. And that's what I find so strange. On the day before the rite, it should have been impossible to see that pattern on the ground. Impossible, you say? Do explain. This piece of evidence shows why the plaza's ground was not visible that day. It's this. May the 9th newspaper. Here we are.
Take that!
This newspaper has an article that is tiny in size but huge in importance. It says that the ground was covered with thick white ice the day before the rite. What? But the victim did not see so much as an ice cube on the ground. Exactly. And so we must ask, what was the victim looking at in his final moments? If you have something to say, then say it. The last thing the victim saw was not the ground at the Plaza of Devotion. This can only mean that he was killed elsewhere. What? 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 Eh? Then where do you propose the victim was actually killed? Yes, tell us where. Otherwise, your argument is worthless. About that. I hadn't gotten to that part yet. I know. Any ideas, Maya? Let me think. Well, it's somewhere green and shaggy, right? Right. But where could that be? Well, maybe it's in the kitchen. Or maybe it's over there. Maybe it's in the bathroom. Or maybe it's where I cut my hair. What is it, Barbed Head? Giving up already? Not at all. Now, where have I seen something green and shaggy? This shows where the victim was killed. Here.
Take that!
The secret hideout the rebels were using. The rebel hideout? There was no such place anywhere on the floor of that chamber. You're absolutely right. There's no place on the floor anyway. Then what did the victim see in his final moments if not the floor of the rebel hideout? This is what the victim saw in his final moments. This. Wait. I'm saving because Ace Attorney is very, notorious for being really stingy with where you put your pointer in these bits.
Take that!
The shaggy green surface the victim saw was one of the moss-covered stone slabs. As you can see, there are two distinct hand-shaped impressions in the moss here. I believe the victim was killed while he stood there with his hands pressed against the slab. That does agree with the seance vision. However, one cannot definitely declare they are one and the same. I concur. There is no proof that a murder occurred in the rebel hideout. Indeed, What evidence do you have of this? I've already shown you the evidence. What do you mean? Please take a look at this second version of the photo I just showed you. You can see the results of the Luminor test I performed in the Rebel hideout. This is proof positive that someone has been bleeding in front of that stone slab. Is this true? This information has already been provided to the police. Detective Sky, to whom does this blood belong? Well, we thought it was the High Priest blood that flowed in from outside, so we haven't tested it yet. Then you must do so at once. Yes, Your Majesty. Off you go, Emma. Okay. It appears the police have finished testing the blood. Detective Sky, your report, please. The blood found in the Rebel hideout belongs to Pere Zealot, just like the defense claims. Detective Sky, do you realize what your blunder has done to me? When this trial concludes, I want to see you in my prayer chamber. There, I will deliver a joyous sermon unto you for 8 hours straight. Uh-oh. I'm really sorry, but please, anything but that. Nick, maybe, just maybe, this is the chance we've been waiting for. Yeah, it would seem so. I hate to do this to Emma, but... Go for it, it's full speed ahead. The victim was killed in the Rebel hideout the day before the purification rite. Then, his body was moved to the Plaza of Devotion by someone we've yet to identify. So when we thought we saw Acolyte Zealot praying during the rite, he was already dead. How did I find his real name? I was really close, wasn't I? Like, I was really close to what his real name was. And that's not all. If he was killed at the Inner Sanctum, that would explain one more thing. And that would be how the time of death was made to look later than it actually was. The proof of which was left behind at the Sanctum. This points to how the time of death was made to appear later than it actually was. I think... this.
Take that!
Why, these are photos of the Inner Sanctum. I'd like you to focus on this one. The proof is right here in this photo. This is how the time of death was made to appear later than it really was. Do you see how the snow has been removed from this one spot only? That's because it was used to keep the victim's body cold. And that's why the time of death wasn't what it seemed. The time was mistaken. And the place too. And just what do you believe that proves? That my client is innocent. What of the fingerprints on the dagger and the Plume Punisher theme the victim heard? You have failed to address these two key pieces of evidence. I see your point. Wasn't this your big chance, Nick? I'm really hoping that the difference in location can invalidate either the weapon or the theme song from being used as evidence against you. Actually, that might be possible, at least for one of them. Really? Yeah, the Plume Punisher theme. What's this? You say you can contradict our argument for a key piece of evidence? Very well, let us see you try. Nick, take a good look at the Rebel hideout photo. I already know what I'm proving here. Oh, okay. The defense can invalidate this piece of evidence. The Plume Punisher theme? And how do you intend to support such a claim? Since the murder happened in the Rebel hideout, there's something there that played the theme song other than my client's strap. It wasn't the strap, is this true? The item that played the Plume Punisher theme song was this. Make sure we get it absolutely spot on.
Take that!
This is a Plume Punisher alarm clock. I believe the victim heard its alarm go off. What proof do you have that the alarm went off? What proof do you have that it was my client's strap that played the theme song? Ah! Do not twist the facts with your lawyerly wiles. Either way, the accused would still be guilty based off of the prints on the murder weapon. And here is what really happened. Nice clock. The victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. It was the afternoon of the day before the rite. The blade structure and then instantly departs from the world. I still don't think... I think, Ara, this is my theory. Though there have been some twists and turns, that is the truth of what happened. Let me show you what I think happened, right? So let's have a look at the Rebel hideout quickly. Here we are. We know that the Warbad statue moves around, right? And we know that it's like a perfect circle. So the Warbad statue would face down the channel. His handprints are there. This has been pushed onto him and he's been impaled on the statue. It's very much like in 1.5. You remember how the cowboy's brother got killed? And he got, like, hung up on that... he got hung up on the statue or something like that, didn't he? That's what I think happened. I won't get anywhere until I can eliminate the dagger. Most impressive, Your Benevolence. I see no inconsistencies anywhere in the prosecution's case. That's because you're stupid. Nope. There is one. What's this? You still claim that to be an inconsistency? Try as you might, the outcome will always be the same. Will it now? Yeah, I already know what I'm playing here. The accused plunged her knife into the defenseless victim's neck. See, I think the blade struck true, and in that instant he departed from the world. Now, pain is definitely, like, true, but I don't think, like, look at, let me show you what I'm thinking. Notice how this bit of the statue is covered in blood. Like, how would that have gotten from the priest onto there? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. But the question is, where do I object on this and to what? So, the victim stood with his hands on the stone slab. It was the afternoon. Yeah. Someone was there and the theme to the Plume Punisher filled the air. The accused plunged the knife into the defenseless victim's neck. So it's either heavy on this, because why would he think this is heavy if he's being stabbed in the back of the neck? That doesn't make no sense. Feeling pain. Wasn't he supposed to be killed on the spot? Well, he felt pain. He did feel pain. There was pain, and then, like, it all goes black. So I think it's this one. On this. I think it's this one. I'm going to try this one first. If it's not that, we'll try your idea, Max. Right?
Objection!
It's not my thought. Okay. Okay. I have half of the conclusion. Curious. I have half of the conclusion. But the thing is, like, if it's heavy, why is he, you know, how... The blade struck true, and in that instant he departed from the world. Is it on this statement, maybe? He's looking up. He is. It's true. Out of sentence, picture, and thing to point, I have 2/3. Which 2/3? Because I was on this statement on here. The accused plunged their knife into the defenseless victim's neck. I think maybe it's this one then. That's the question. The accused plunged her knife into the victim's neck. Maybe it's this one. Objection! Nope, it's not that. You can tell me one of the ones I have right? I think I'm going to need it because this one's, like... I can see what the game wants me to do, but I can't see how it wants me to go about doing that. Like... He's been pushed onto the statue. 4 is the right... This is the right picture. This is the right picture. Okay. The blade struck true, and in that instant he departed from the world. We tried this one, didn't we? We've tried this one. So... These are the only two statements I can see that make sense with context. The accused plunged a knife into the defenseless victim's neck. Did she? I don't know. I thought we tried this one. But I've been focusing on heavy, but I don't see how... I don't see how these two are relevant. What's heavy? The slab. The slab's heavy, but we've already tried that on this sentence. We've tried the slab on this sentence, and it was wrong. So it can't be that, because it's already, that's already been, like... That's already been wrong. We've tried it on this one as well. So the slab is heavy. The slab has pushed him onto the statue, and I know this to be what's happened because it's the only thing that can have happened. Because the slab has been knocked onto him, and he's been pushed onto the statue. Have I tried first sentence heavy plus the fourth picture? Yes. Oh, hang on. First sentence. Hang on. First sentence. What? Why would it be the first sentence? What? Why would it ever be the first sentence? Because he's been standing up, and then this has been pushed onto him. So until he's actually fallen backwards onto the thing, because it's the one mentioning the slab. Well, yeah, but like this, there's nothing. Not standing. Not until like, like if we look at the progression of these, right? He stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. And then we get to the fourth picture and he's being pushed over. But at the start of the statement, he's standing, right? That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm just going to say straight up, I don't believe that this could be true. Because this doesn't make any sense if I try and think about the course of events here. If this turns out to be what the game's trying to get me to go for, then I'm going to call bullshit.
Objection!
Oh, bullshit. Absolute bollocks, that. I would never have guessed that in a million years, because it doesn't make sense. Holy shit, man. These games are so wacky sometimes. They really expect you to kind of jump your brain out and go on an LSD-invoked cruise around the universe, you know. It's like, hey, I know what I'll do. This is what we're going to do, right? We're going to ring up Miss Frizzle. It's trying to go for that. Phoenix hasn't figured that the slab is falling onto him. So basically, am I like playing 4D chess ahead of Phoenix? Am I playing 4D chess ahead of Phoenix at the moment? Is that what I'm doing? Is that I'm thinking ahead and I'm not putting myself in the gross lawyer's shoes? I don't want to be in his shoes anyway. I want to be in Emma's. I mean, yeah, maybe pretend I didn't say anything, guys. Ow! I probably deserved that, huh? Lawyers are slimy. I'm not slimy. Fuck you. No, I'm only joking, but I'm not slimy. I'm very hygienic. The victim was originally thought to have been stabbed while bent over in prayer, but he was actually standing with his hands against the stone slab. So the question is, where did the sensation of something heavy come from? Yes, I see your point. I'm a Glaucus, I am slimy. No, I'm toxic. There's a difference. Because the spikes on my tentacles are full of poison. I'm toxic and full of jellyfish. Meh, 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 meh. What would a Phoenix Wright think in this situation? It would probably think something like objection. And then it would think objection. And then it would think slab's desk. I think. Since the victim was standing, he couldn't have been held down. Huh. Then tell us, Mr. Wright, what was that heavy sensation felt by the victim? What caused the heavy sensation Zelot felt? Any thoughts, Maya? I agree that sense of heaviness seems important, but there's also the matter of Zealot's hands on the stone slab. Why were they even there? Could it be related to the cause of the heavy sensation? Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any answer for us? Of course. If I just envision the statue Zealot was in when he was... the state Zealot was in when he was killed. The cause of the heaviness the victim felt was the falling stone slab. I was ahead of everyone else. Yeah, I think that's what's happened, is I've worked out what's going on, but the characters haven't. And I've assumed that the characters knew what was going on because, like, I'd already worked it out, so... Whoops, I play 4D chess on myself. Hey there, Ferocious. Welcome in. How you doing? Welcome back to Ace Attorney, in which we do my day job. The only conceivable cause is the stone slab falling over, trapping the victim underneath. What? Oh. The stone slab came falling down and crushing him underneath. Right. That was the cause of the heavy sensation the victim felt. While your theory is impressive, you have overlooked a key fact. The victim was not crushed to death, rather, he was stabbed. Oh yeah. Or do you claim that the dagger was plunged in after the slab had fallen on him? Yes, I do. Shake your head all you want, you prick. Plus, had the killer been behind the victim, they would have both been crushed together. Well, would you care to explain? Sure, I'd love to. That doesn't mean I can. How could the dagger have been plunged in after the slab fell on the victim? The killer couldn't have plunged the dagger into the victim after the slab fell on him. What are my PC specs? Beefy. I don't know the exact specs, but it's got a I think it's an GeForce RTX chip, graphics chip in there. I think it's hold on, let me have a look at this. I'm kind of curious myself now. Give me a second. So it is. Let's have a look. How's my back pain? Not great, if I'm honest. Not great. Just having a look here. I think it was this one, wasn't it? Was it a 50? Was it a 40? I think it's this one. So you can open Task Manager to see GPU and RAM. All right, let's have a look at that then. Okay. How do I do that then? I've never done this before. Under performance? Let's have a look. So the GPU is... doesn't give me the full... oh, hang on, I can drag this over a bit. Okay, so it's... right, okay, yeah, I see, it's this one. Okay, so it is this one here. Yeah, here we go. So it's an AMD Ryzen 5 7600 6-core with a B650 motherboard, and it's got a GeForce RTX 4070. Yeah, you got to go to work, Max. You have a good day, all right? And I will be back tomorrow with... well, I'm playing mouthwashing tomorrow, yeah. So we got mouthwashing tomorrow, and then I will be putting a schedule up on Sunday. But next week we've got a couple of demos coming from Steam Next Fest, which I'm quite looking forward to. I'll come back to them in a minute. But yeah, it's a pretty beefy PC. Pretty beefy PC. Like, I've not upgraded anything in the 2 years that I've had it now, so I might need to start doing that once wife's like a bit more stable with work stuff. We'll see how we go with that, I guess. Your degree is useful only to tell people how to find their specs. I mean, at least yours is useful sometimes. 4070 is nice. It's good, yeah. I mean, it's a very reliable workhorse PC, this thing. You know, it does exactly what I need it to. There's also stickers of geese up on the side of it as well. So I've got like 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 stickers of geese on the side of my my computer case, which is quite nice. What if the murder weapon wasn't what they thought it was? Well, there were other weapons in the rebel hideout, but the entrance to the hideout is right by the stone slab. You have an RTX 3060 and it hasn't let you down yet. Objection! I know one way that it's let you down. It let you down because it took you over however many years it was to find the crystal area. Yeah! I'm about to get beaten up, aren't I? I'm going to get beaten up, aren't I? No? I'm safe? Okay. Ah! Oh, no! 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 Ah! No! Oh, dear. Wow. Okay. But the entrance to the hideout is right by the stone slab. There isn't enough space between the two to use any of the weapons found within. Yeah, there's not much space by the entrance, is there? So what was the real murder weapon? I better think of something. If the murder weapon wasn't the dagger, then the dagger must have been plunged into the victim after he was already dead. That means he was stabbed at least twice, but the autopsy doesn't mention that. Then he must have been stabbed in the same spot with something shaped like the dagger. Oh, fuck off with your butterfly, you sanctimonious wanker. Would the defense care to offer an explanation sometime this century? Wait, wasn't there something dagger-like near the scene of the crime? Something that had a shape similar to the Warbard dagger. You can't wait for the next case? Isn't the next case the one with the Clussy? Yo, the Clussy. Here, so you can take that Simon and stick it in your rear. Stick him in your rear. We'll have to get Simon back out, won't we? We're going to have to get Simon back out for that one. It's the Clussy. Yeah. Excellent. Honk, honk. That's the sound of the beats. Honk, honk. That's the sound of the Clussy. Wait, that could actually... Can I get away with that title on YouTube? Stream naming is an art form. Right, it's an absolute art form. Please present your evidence at this time, Mr. Wright. This shows what really killed the victim. Donk 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 Is this not the photo from the scene of the High Priest's murder? Are you suggesting the murder weapon is hidden herein? This is what really took Perez Zealot's life.
Take that!
But that is the Warbad statue. Exactly. The Warbad statue has dagger-like feathers protruding from it. That is what really took the victim's life.
Objection!
You imbecilic fool. The statue is outside of the hideout. How do you propose to impale someone who was inside? Haven't you heard? Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird's the winner. Well, the bird. Bird's the winner. Well, the bird. Bird's the winner. Well, the bird. Well, don't you know about the bird? All right, everybody's heard that the bird is the world. Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird's the winner. Well, the bird. Bird's the winner. Well, the bird is the word. I'm sorry. As soon as he said, haven't you heard? My brain just clicked. You think you lost me? How about now? Surfing bird. The Warbad statue also functions as the hideout's door. What do you mean? The statue can pull a complete switcheroo. A switcheroo? To put it simply, hey Darth, how you doing? Welcome in. I'm not sorry. No, I'm not sorry, Zach. You're right. You're exactly right. To put it simply, it's a revolving door. A revolving door? Why, that makes perfect sense. Therefore, I believe the truth behind the divination sounds to be this. As the victim entered the secret hideout, the stone sculpture came toppling toward him. He threw up his hands to stop it, but his weight forced him backwards. Unfortunately, the warbad statue was right behind him. This cannot be! But the accused's fingerprints were found on the dagger. Playing the moving game. Oh man, I hope that goes quick for you. Like, moving is always a pain in the ass. I've done it like too many times already. I've only done it twice. And that was too much. Like, moving twice was too much. I'm probably going to have to do it again in the next few years. So, see how we go on that front, huh? She had held it while rehearsing for the rite. Which is when her prints got on it. Ah! This is a shocking turn of events, but there is a great deal of circumstantial evidence in the defense's favour. I believe we must accept that the warbad statue was what killed the victim. Okay. Now that we know how Acolyte Zealot really met his demise, there's no basis for claiming my client committed this crime. Nice work, Nick. How can this be happening yet again? The divination seance is the only truth. No, your benevolence. It's not the truth itself, but it is a means for shedding light on the truth. Do you understand now? Do you understand? Your kingdom needs lawyers so they can interpret your insights. But that means I've been misinterpreting the voices of the spirits all this time. Your benevolence, are you unwell? All the colour is drained from your face. Zoe Chan is a starling. I know, I was so upset by that. I mean, it'll be interesting because as far as I can see, the honkers are like kind of evenly split between the two camps. So having the Pope be a starling, I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that there's like at least 2 mods that have been yeah, we were trying. We really had to try. We were really like trying to convert her, but it just didn't work. She was resistant to our charms. I feel we'd have to actually get the goose herself to deal with it. And I say deal with it. She's already dealt with it. She's already appointed the Pope. No! No! Phoenix causing international scandals is what he does. It's like his whole role in life. I will be fine. Continue your proceedings without me. Oh dear. Have I tried chancing? Oh my god, that's a phenomenal idea. That's a phenomenal idea. Right, hold on a minute. Hang on, I'm going to do that right now. Okay, here we go. Give me a second, guys. I just need to do that. Hold on. There we go. It's done. It's done. Whoa. Oh, good grief. As you wish. Oh dear. I feel kind of bad for her. Now then, I would have the defense continue. Please explain what you have learned now that we know how the victim actually died. Acolyte Zealot was killed in the hideout before the High Priest's murder. That means the body found at the Plaza of Devotion was moved there by the real killer. But only after the warbad dagger was thrust into him, to make it look like the murder weapon. That does seem to agree with what we know now. But why would the real killer go to such lengths? I believe stabbing Acolyte Zealot's body with the dagger and moving it to the plaza was to make it look like a crime committed for fun. That's so unhinged. That's so unhinged. A warning from the Twilight Realm. A crime committed for fun. To make it look like a serial murder. Yeah. No, that's... You don't commit murder for fun. You commit arson for fun. Yippee! Barson! It was an attempt to make my client look like a serial killer. That's right. The real killer planned all of this. This forged serial murder case. They did? That's it, Nick. Keep hammering away. Oh, sat on these nuts, you asshole. Shut the fuck up. Your reasoning has more holes in it than the cheese you foreigners so enjoy. Oh, that reminds me, guys. I'm currently looking into a handcam stream. But a different one. So I don't... Has anyone ever done one of these? Let me look up again. I know I'm kind of distracting from the flow of the game a bit, but... Excuse me. Have we ever... The only one I can see is... Amelie did one. But I was thinking about, hey, what about if I was to do, like, a stream where I'm just, like, sampling cheese on handcam? It looks like that's been done with Amelie, Jowl, and Girl DM. But it's like, I still think it's got some merit to it, you know? What? Like those putrid, hole-riddled clumps of curds that only a rat like you could love. Your reasoning, much like your putrid, hole-riddled brain, has putrefied. What's his deal with things going putrid? Oh, no, he's into the Death Guard as well, isn't he? He likes the stinky boys. You have yet to overturn my argument that the accused is the killer. A careful analysis of the chain of events up to the killing exposes the truth as follows. It's a kink. Let's shame it. Disguised as Lady Kira, the accused found the rebel hideout the day before the rites. But Acolyte Zealous had followed her there after noticing her suspicious behaviour. Caught by surprise, she pushed the stone slab toward him, and we know the rest. I've never been to the rebel hideout in my life. When the High Priest arrived at the Sanctum the next day, he realised what she had done. That is when the accused murdered him in order to silence him. I believe Prosecutor Sadmadi has posed a compelling scenario. The defence, on the other hand, has yet to disprove the accused's guilt.
Objection!
Why would my client move Acolyte Zealot's body to where everyone could see it? And why would she stab the dagger with her fingerprints into his dead body? She had no reason to do any of those things. The dagger in his corpse was likely a warning to the rebels. Something along the lines of, Lady Kira will slay the defiant dragons. So that is why she moved the body to the plaza for all to see. Now he has the judge convinced too? Eh? I thought I'd finally made some headway. Well, Mr. Wright, about time for one of your groans of distress, is it not? Ugh! I will be honest, I've been watching Halo Brain Rot recently. And like some of it's like really cringe. But then there's some where it's just like Master Chief will say something really rizzed up. And then Arbiter just moans. And that just sends me. It's very funny. I don't know why. I think it's the way the Arbiter groans. Oh, you want Wart, do you? You want Wart, do you? You want Elite sounds, do you? You want the sounds of Elites from Halo, do you? You want me to go right now on YouTube.com and Twitch.tv. You want me to do that, do you? Oh, you want a death sound? You want a death sound? Is that what you want? Is that what you want, chat? Well, you got it. You got it anyway, right? Groan of distress. It kills me to admit this, but I've got nothing to counter his argument with. And I still haven't disproven the allegations against Maya. Is it not time to end your futile struggle? You were already judged guilty yesterday. That makes you a dead lawyer walking. The drums and guitar. Accept the death that now awaits you, and in doing so, finally know peace. What the fuck, man? A dead lawyer walking indeed. Then again, are not all lawyers who practice in Korean? But I must admit, I misspoke earlier. Allow me to amend my statement. I had said the defence's reasoning had a putrid cheese-like smell. But I now realise the stench was from his own putrid body on the verge of death. Now I'm a rotting zombie. Think, who could have killed Zealot the day before the rite? Who knew about the rebel hideout and could gain access to the inner sanctum? Only those involved with the rite can enter the sanctum, so... Wait a second. Only a rebel would have known about the secret hideout, and the only person who was involved with the rite had access to the sanctum, and was suspected of being a rebel is... the priest! Did somebody come to mind? Yeah, except there's one huge problem. A huge problem? What are you two going on about? Plotting your escape from this sacred hall? I would not put it past you, considering you have no means to raise further objection. If I don't do something, Prosecutor Sadmali will have this one in the bag. I'll just have to bluff my way out of this regardless of that huge problem. Hey, Hades, welcome back. Your Majesty, I believe there is another suspect in Perez Zealot's murder.
Objection.
Even the most benevolent Holy Mother would not forgive such a desperate lie. After all, you know very well that such a person does not exist. No, there is one person who knew everything. Does such a figure truly exist? You hate the way Sad Monk wants to make us give up every time. I think he's just got a humiliation kick. I think he gets off on it. He's just kinky. This case is nerve-wracking. It is a bit, isn't it? I believe the prime suspect in Acolyte Zealot's murder is... him.
Take that!
It had to be someone allowed to enter the sanctum and who knew of the hideouts. And that would be the High Priest. He could have committed the crime if it occurred the day before the rite. Sat on these nuts, you asshole! You would pin a crime upon the dead, knowing very well they tell no tales. Have you no shame? Dead men tell no tales. That's definitely a problem. If only the High Priest could tell his side of the story. What? Do I have something on my face? Wait a second. Could this actually work? Oh no. Don't tell me I have some of my breakfast caught between my teeth. No. If there's even the slightest possibility, I'll have to go with it. Your Majesty. Dead men do sell cells. Therefore, I'd like to request the High Priest's testimony. His testimony? And just how do you propose we get the deceased to testify? There's a way for the dead to testify. It's known as channeling. Summon him here by means of spirit channeling. What did you just say? Spirit channeling? Has this lawyer finally gone insane? This is sacrilege. May the Holy Mother strike him down. YouTube doesn't like Gent. It bonked the beautiful riff. Ah. Channeling where you go from France to the UK or vice versa. Gent's pretty fun, actually. I've played with a couple of Gent bands in my time. Like, not in the band, but like we've like gigged with them. They're always fun. Peace! I am frankly astonished you even know of such a thing. But spirit channeling is a secret art that only Roman's Queen Garand can perform. Yeah, we got deathcore riffs as well now. And her eminence is far too busy with other duties to perform it at our pleasure. I suspect as much. That means our only hope is... It's okay, Nick. You can tell them. But Maya, I thought you wanted to keep it a secret here in Korean. Don't worry. It's not like it's against the law or violates some religious precepts, so I don't think we'll be punished. At least I hope not. But this is a crucial period for you. It'll decide whether you become Master of Korean. We don't have any other choice now, do we? If I'm found guilty, it'll be a lot worse than not becoming Master of Korean. Alright. Thanks, Maya. Actually, there is someone here who's capable of channeling spirits. Sass on these nuts, you asshole. But even her benevolence, Princess Rifa, finds the divination seance to be a challenge. Who could possibly have greater spiritual power than she, aside from the Queen? That would be me. Is this some sort of joke? A foreigner could not possibly have such power.
Even the royal priestess is incapable of such a feat.
Peace! Peace, I say! Is this true? Is the accused capable of performing the secret art of spirit channeling?
Well, yeah, I can.
Now, Your Majesty, we'd like your permission to begin. Oh, fuck off, Rafer. Maya's cousin with Pearl's that has to impart some power. Pearl's power is all in punching. It's all in punches, right? Ari, you said this case has this trial has 2 parts. Are we kind of close to the end of the first part with this one? Do you think? In punching and in being cute. Understood. Understood. Have a quick sip of my water. There we go. Okay. Your benevolence. This is an outrage. You're going to get to be continued very soon? Understood. We'll carry on till there then. An outrage, I say. First, you make a mockery of the divination seance, and now spirit channeling? Your benevolence speaks truth. Spirit channeling is a sacred right. Foreign devils, I say they should be put to death immediately. Still your voices. Barbed head, spirit channeling is a most sacred and secret of arts. Are you prepared to face the consequences of what you propose? Yep, I am. Your benevolence, are you saying you approve their use of spirit channeling? I will judge whether their claim is true. If this is but another of their lies, they shall be executed on the spot. Very well then. Your benevolence? What if the accused accidentally calls forth an evil spirit? Do you truly believe this foreigner is capable of channeling spirits? Oh, no, but I want to be sure, as I'm responsible for the safety of all present. Well, an inexperienced practitioner could inadvertently call forth a dangerous spirit. But do not fear, for I have a Magatama of parting. With it, I can send spirits back to the Twilight Realm by halting the flow of spiritual power. That is a relief indeed. These foreigners have thrown down the gauntlet. Let us not shirk from their challenge. We must prove them guilty and deliver their last rites. They're really obsessed with executing people here, huh? Do I make myself clear, Prosecutor Sadmadi? See, the thing is, like, I would love to have a Magatama passing in, like, Fatal Frame. That would make my life so much easier. Perfectly, Your Benevolence. Very well, Dave. The accused may channel the High Priest's spirit. But first, we must take a short recess to prepare. Maybe they have a beheading kink? Damn. Yeah. The body of the deceased comes up and it just, like, uses the neck, what's left of the neck, just to give a stump job. God, that'd be fucked up beyond belief. Until then, this court is adjourned. No murder, only Barson. Yippee, Barson! My favourite. And there's this to be continued. Alright, we'll wrap things up there in that case. So. Yeah, my voice is starting to break a little bit. Barson, no, Barson. Barson! Yippee! Yeah, we'll leave it there because my voice is starting to break a bit. So, just to confirm, tomorrow we're playing Mouthwashing. Now, my schedule for the next week, I've actually already penciled this in. Right, so let me just pull my sketty up. So, here we are. Bit different. So, on Monday, we have Super Metroid Z Factor. I know that I said, like, I'm probably going to, like, drop the Metroid stuff for Halloween, but actually I've heard Z Factor's sane and hinged and normal, so we're going to do that. Next Friday, Ace Attorney, of course, it's Friday. Tuesday, Fatal Frame 2. We're getting, like, we've got 1 or 2 streams left of Fatal Frame 2, so we might finish it on Tuesday. We might have 1 more stream of it. Then it's on Wednesday, we're playing a demo of a game called Ground Zero, which is like a... It's kind of like an old-school Resident Evil game, but without tank controls and with, like, some modern stuff thrown in. And then on Thursday, we are playing the demo of a game called Psycho Dead, which is kind of like the more modern Resident Evil games, except you have psychic powers, which looks really cool. Like, being able to... It looks like there's a stalker mechanic in it as well, which makes me think, actually, there's some Haunting Ground Clock Tower influence too. And then on Saturday, we're going to finish off Dead Space 2. So, yeah. Yeah, thanks for hanging around as well, guys. Thanks for hanging around as well. So tomorrow, it's 5 p.m. UK time for stream. I'm going to be going to town in the morning. I want to go to the Warhammer shop and get some paint in. So I need to start painting my guys. So that should be fun. I need to actually select what paints I'm going to get as well. So that's, again going to be quite fun. But yeah, I'll work that out as we go. But anyway, in the meantime, guys, I am going to go and chill out now. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK time for mouthwashing. If I don't, take care. Have a good rest of your day, all right? And I will see you soon. Until then, have a good one.